All right, it is finally Friday tonight. Friday night pub quiz number 29. This is episode number 934. We've had a busy, crazy week, but we got all the trivia quizzes in, even if they were just a little bit late. Today's trivia quiz, 20 questions, with a question 21 tiebreaker at the very end of the video if you need to stick around for that. All of these questions come from various categories with random levels of difficulty, and I think today's is a little bit harder than normal, so good luck. Question number 1. The Perkins Institute for the Blind delegated Anne Sullivan as her tutor and helped her write The Story of My Life, which was adapted into the drama The Miracle Worker. Who is this author, activist, and lecturer, the first deaf and blind person to graduate from college? The answer is Helen Keller. Question number 2. Originally appearing in the 1902 novel The Little White Bird, he was only 7 days old, and he could fly, because, like all babies, he is part bird. In later stories about what character created by J.M. Barrie does he wear an outfit made of cobwebs and autumn leaves and interacts with the Darling children? The answer is Peter Pan. Question number 3. The new model accounts for wind speed at the average adult face height as well as the heat transfer rate for bare skin. Generally less than the air temperature, what is this measure of what the temperature feels like on exposed skin? That measurement is known as wind chill. Question number 4. Often listed as the fifth apostle, he was from the same town as Peter and Andrew. What man's most notable appearance in the Bible occurs during the Last Supper when he asks about the unity of the Father and the Son? The fifth apostle is Philip. Question number 5. Historians tend to agree that this colony was absorbed into the Croatan or other nearby Native American groups. Founded by Sir Walter Raleigh, what is this so-called lost American colony? The answer is the lost colony of Roanoke. Question number 6. What is the two-letter title of the Rudyard Kipling poem that suggests, among other things, that a man should be able to risk all his earnings on a single game of chance, then lose and start again without ever mentioning the loss? That book, or that poem, is called If. Question number 7. Supreme Court cases dealing with it include U.S. v. Salerno, Furman v. Georgia, and Ingraham v. Wright, which deals with spanking in school. What is this amendment included in the Bill of Rights which prohibits excessive bail and cruel and unusual punishment? The answer is the 8th Amendment. Question number 8. On the back of the €1 coin featuring the Vitruvian Man is a famous anatomical sketch by what Italian artist who is also known for his very early drawings of a helicopter, among other things? early drawings of the helicopter and the Vitruvian Man were works by Leonardo da Vinci. Question number 9. Although they don't work very well at night or when cloudy, what is the name given to the specific kind of clock that has been used since ancient times and measures the time by the direction of shadows on its face? The shadows are caused by the sun. That clock is a sundial. Question number 10. It is narrated by the Onceler, whose business cut down all of the truffula trees, despite constant interventions from the title character who speaks for the trees. What is this 1971 book often considered the best work of Dr. Seuss? Personally, I'm a green eggs and ham guy, but the answer to this one is the Lorax. Question number 11. New York Governor DeWitt Clinton approved $7 million for its construction in 1817. When completed in 1825, it stretched 363 miles and featured over 50 locks. What is the name of this waterway that connected Albany and Buffalo? The answer is the Erie Canal. Question number 12. His leadership of the African National Congress led to his 1962 arrest and 27-year imprisonment on Robben Island. An anti-apartheid activist, who is this winner of the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize, who became the first democratically elected president of South Africa, serving from 94 to 1999. His name, Nelson Mandela. Question number 13. When John Coulter, a member of the Lewis and Clark expedition, visited this place in 1808, no one believed his reports of bubbling mud and boiling springs. What is the name of this site of North America's largest supervolcano that Congress made into the first national park in 1872? The answer is Yellowstone. Question 14. Wherever this creature stepped, a spring was said to bubble up from the earth. His name likely comes from his ability to control the weather, and he carried the thunderbolts for Zeus. What was this mythological creature who was captured by Bellerophon with a golden bridle while drinking at a spring? This winged beast was the Pegasus. Question 15. Probably loosely based on Seattle, Washington, this city features a tall structure called the Sea Needle. Barnacle Road and Coral Avenue intersect with Conch Street, dividing this city into areas including downtown, Jellyfish Fields, and the Goo Lagoon. What is this underwater cartoon city? The home of SpongeBob SquarePants. The answer is Bikini Bottom. Question 16. It was used as cheap alternative to silk and soon spread from the Muslim world to Europe. One of the 4 great inventions of China, the process for making what material was developed by Kai Lun during the Han Dynasty? The answer is paper. Question 17. Some bacteria use a molecule containing it as an electron acceptor instead of oxygen. Found with mercury in cinnabar and with iron in pyrite, It lies between phosphorus and chlorine on the periodic table. What is this bright yellow element with a distinctive smell when burned? The element we're looking for is sulfur. Question number 18. This site was fortified during the American Revolution and was placed under the command of Benedict Arnold until he tried to surrender it to the British. What is this site located on the Hudson River, the home of the United States Military Academy? The answer is West Point, New York. West Point will work. Question 19. To the north, it is bounded by the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlas Mountains, extending from the Atlantic Ocean to the west and to the Red Sea and Egypt to the east. It is expanding by as much as 30 miles a year. What is the name of this large desert? The answer is the Sahara. Question 20. Mrs. Sowerby feeds the title character of this novel scraps that the dog refused to eat. So, after running away to London, what Dickens character meets Jack Dawkins, also known as the Artful Dodger, who enlists him in Fagin's band of child thieves? The answer, Oliver Twist. Well, some of them were hard. That one shouldn't have been too hard. Everybody knows the Artful Dodger and Fagin come from Oliver Twist. And that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being patient all week. Hopefully you had a good week of trivia and a good week of everything else. If you live in the United Kingdom, hopefully you survived, because what a week. Very long, very hot, no air conditioning. We made it through. It's actually cool today. The breeze is blowing. It feels great outside. Made it. Hopefully that's the one hot week of the year. I've only got a couple weeks left here in the UK before I head back to America, where even if it is hot, at least I will have air conditioning in the new house. That much I know for sure. So if you haven't already submitted a trivia quiz for the Final 50 Trivia Challenge and you want to, you still have time. I think we're getting close to halfway full, close to 25 submissions. So there's still plenty of time if you want to get it in, and we won't stop taking exceptions or submissions until we have 50, or until we get caught up, until we're at the point where I have to start writing the trivia quizzes. If we don't get a full 50, that's okay. Everybody who has entered is in the drawing. If I've given you a number, you are in the drawing for the $500. If you'd like to get in the drawing, still time. Check out the video linked at the end of this or in the description below. Read the rules. Make sure your questions are at least 30 words long, less than 50, random categories, and 25 questions. That's all you need to know. Send those questions over. We'll get you entered into the trivia, or into the Final 50 challenge to win $500. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for Friday Night Pub Quiz. In 1993, she read her poem, On the Pulse of Morning, at Bill Clinton's inauguration. Who is this author whose first book chronicled the first 16 years of her life and is titled, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is one of the all-time classics by Maya Angelou. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for another good week of Road TRIpVIA. Today's episode 934, man. We're working our way right towards episode 1000. Big thanks to everybody who watches every episode. Big thanks to everybody who's submitted quizzes for the Final 50 challenge. You're making my life easier over the next month as I'm traveling around, literally all over the world. England to Ohio, Ohio to Kansas, Kansas to Vegas, Vegas to Hawaii, back to Vegas, back to Kansas, St. Louis, Missouri, then back to Ohio. If you're submitting a trivia quiz, you're doing me a huge favor to keep this channel going while I'm busy. So thank you for that. Have a great weekend. More trivia coming up tomorrow. See you then.